Hey guys, welcome back. Super excited to have a guest today. This is the first time I've ever done this. This is Brian. He's got the same name as me. It's awesome. What a beautiful name. He is actually going to be showing you guys his hair transplant results. He has just hit 6 months, like when? In the last 2 days?
Yeah, it was about
Nice.
this week, so yeah.
So yeah, he's at 6 months exactly. Super excited to show you those results. Before we do, we're going to throw some pictures up on screen, and we're going to talk about what a hair transplant has meant to him, whether it was worth it, and where he went and costs and stuff like that. Now, guys, I will say if anyone else wants to go ahead and share their results with me or with the fans, I'd love to have you on here. No matter what doctor you went to, hit me up on Instagram. It's Hair Transplant Reality, and we can set up a schedule to show off results. Why is it important to do this, guys? Because honestly, sharing other people's results just shows men that this is common and that there's actually plenty of good results out there if you go to the right doctors. So let's go ahead and get into it. On screen, we're going to throw up his before photo and go over that right now. So I'm going to do this part by myself, and we're going to talk about where he's at here in these photos. As you can see on screen, though, is his consultation pictures. And basically, that is going to be where they draw the line in your head and they talk about how many grafts you need and they show you what they can achieve. Next is a photo of him actually at 1.5 months in the ugly duckling phase. In a second, he's going to talk to you about what the ugly duckling phase is to him and how horrible it was. If I remember correctly, it's actually how he found my channel. He'll tell you that story himself. But a lot of you are watching because you're in that phase yourself, and it's shitty to be in that phase. That's never fun. The next photo here is actually going to be him at 3 months when his hair is finally coming back in. And that is in a very exciting phase. I'd say that is where every day you are the most excited ever to just see new hair coming in. You're just getting denser and denser and more hair coming in. Now, finally, before we pull on screen, here is a photo of him at his 6 months right here, actually. So he hit 6 months in this photo. He looks amazing. Again, this is only 50% results, guys, a little below potentially. So between 40 and 50% results at this point. And just to go ahead and remind you where he was at just moments before, 6 months ago, he was right here in the office, and then now he looks like this. And again, the true hair loss looked like that. So let's pull him on screen and see how he looks now. It's time to do the big reveal. Take that hat off, and here we go. Slide on into the frame, buddy.
All right.
Get the hat off. Let's see.
All right.
Looking amazing. I'm going to do a little zoom in close, get nice and personal with him. And if you want, I can go ahead and do this, or you can go ahead and comb through your own hair. Show your hair up close. I'll get out of the way, let you do your thing.
So my hair has been growing in really well. I mean, it really started to come in at about 3 months, and it's just been exciting ever since then. Like, you don't notice day by day, but, week by week, you look in the mirror and you're like, wait a minute, it's really getting a lot darker and thicker, and I can't see, my head anymore. It's really exciting.
Yeah.
And by 6 months, I can't believe that it's only 6 months. I still have 6 more months of growth.
Minimum.
It's insane. I'm already happy with what it is right now. And, I can feel my head, I can still feel a bunch of little prickly things. I honestly feel my head way too much. It's kind of addicting to just feel all the new hairs growing in. But, I'm really excited for, the future and the final result, which I'll probably make another video with Brian when it's...
Yeah, 9 months, hopefully.
Yeah, 9 months or 9 months or 12 months, something like that.
Yeah, something like that, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move it out just so we can go ahead and talk a little easier. This is the first time we've done this, so obviously this is an experimental video, guys, but I am super excited to show this. We're going to talk about a few things as far as his experiences. Obviously, ugly duckling phase, worst thing ever. I think we can agree on that.
Yeah, the ugly duckling phase was really hard. I mean, the first month, you have all these hairs in your head, and you can see them, and it's kind of exciting. You're like, oh, this is what my head is going to look like. But then come month 1, month 1.5, you get all depressed. You're
all those hopes.
You're like, I look worse than I did before. Why did I do this? And you're doubting, oh, these hairs aren't going to grow in, blah, 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 blah.
Yep.
And, slowly but surely you'll see a few, they'll all fall out. But then eventually they'll just come back. You see these little stubbles, and day by day it just gets better and better. And when I was going through this ugly duckling phase, I was it was just really hard on me, you're kind of embarrassed about yourself. And that's why I started YouTubing, trying to find other people that are going through this phase. And I was actually looking up, just hair loss videos and, hair transplants, and I came across Brian's page. Because I was just like all you guys, watching videos, just trying to figure out, do some research or see what other people have done. And I found Brian, and he went to the same, hair transplant doctor as me, Dr. Panine. So I messaged him, and we hung out. We went to a bar, and we became friends. And now we're here making this video. So
who'd have thought? 6 months later.
But Brian really did help me, through that phase, because he was 2 months ahead of me. So it gave me like a lot of hope. To get me through that. So thank you.
Well, you're very welcome. And it's cool is that he went to the same doctor, so he had even though he had a different hair loss than I did, it's really easy for him to at least see where it's going. And since I had worse hair loss, seeing my results definitely shows that he has 2,200 grafts approximately.
2,200 about, yep.
Yeah, and I had 2,650 to be exact. And so basically I had a much bigger area, but he was able to do much more density. So the fact he's at 50% right now, you're going to have some epic density. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
One thing I will say is that for him, if you look at, I can't show you my hairline. Oh man, you guys had to wait. I'm so sorry. I'll do this without showing my hairline. I can't show it because this weekend I am on Sunday showing my 8-month update with Gregory Gage, a really cool YouTuber. So if you are free this weekend, watch my video. And if you haven't subscribed already, of course, I'm going to selflessly promote you to click here right now and subscribe. But no, my hairline is V'd, and I have some feathering, it's called, where they have the hairs, like a couple random hairs off the hairline. So we have a different shaped hairline because he has a little wider head than I do. And basically, he had way less hair loss than I did. So for him, he's able to pull the hairline back to its original place and re-densify it because he doesn't have much fear of, future hair loss. Whereas for me, I know I'm a Nord 5 to 6. So with future loss coming, so basically I have to plan for that. So whenever a doctor's like, oh, we could do really dense in the front, you got to be really worried about that and be careful because they should only be recommending dense front hairlines, that could use thousands of hair grafts up if you are already sure what your hair loss is going to be. So I'm going to do a video in the future in that whole subject because it's very, very in-depth. Okay, so let's ask a few more questions to you. Like, first off, a big one everyone's going to wonder is, do you think it was worth it to get a hair transplant, and how did it change your confidence and any other issues you were having with yourself? Because obviously we all feel a little off when we have our hair going.
Yeah, I mean, it all started back in high school, Like, I started, losing hair, but I didn't really notice it. At first you're just like, oh, it's just a bad hair day, whatever. But eventually you look in the mirror and you're like, yeah, this is hair loss. And so, I went to the doctor and I got prescribed Propecia, which seemed to, stop it a lot.
What age were you when you got prescribed?
Maybe freshman in college or something like that.
Really? So 19, 18?
Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got it early.
Yeah.
You might have saved yourself a lot of loss.
I think I did, yeah. I think it really helped out a lot.
Does your family have hair loss?
My dad does, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just annoying, the temples, you're always trying to cover up your temples, coming to the side and everything like that. It just ruins your confidence, And you're always just worried about how you look and everything like that. And so I went on for a few years just doing the Propecia and minoxidil. That seemed to work okay, but when the pandemic came, I was like, this is a perfect opportunity. I'm working from home. I'm a software developer, so I can just work from home and not have to see people. And I just started doing some research, and I found Dr. Panine. I live in Chicago in River North, and he was really close. He had great reviews, and so I just walked over there and got a consultation, and they were amazing. Stuart is amazing. They were truthful with me about my hairline, what they could do. My expectations. They didn't seem like they're trying to scam me or anything like that. They're just being honest. And Dr. Panine was great, so I decided to go with him, and I'm really glad I did. So I would recommend him to anybody else.
Awesome. Yeah. Always good to hear a good story, especially when you have great results.
Yeah.
Besides for that, though, I don't know if you want to give a ballpark on pricing. I mean, obviously we know. Okay, put it this way, we don't need to because we already can say Dr. Panine charges $6 a graft.
Yeah, I think mine was give or take $12,000 or something like that. So it wasn't bad for me. So.
Yeah, and there's also financing options with almost every doctor. Mm-hmm. For all the people out there like, oh, who has 12 grand on hand or 15 or 20 or 5 or whatever, there are financing options. So
yeah,
you don't need to worry about that too much. Other than that, only other questions I think there really are is...
I don't think so. I just want to say, I was kind of reluctant to come on YouTube and, share my experience, but, I really wanted to help other people out, improve their life, improve their confidence. So go easy on me in the comments.
Yeah, please go easy in the comments. So guys, show him some love in the comments. Tell him how good he looks.
Thank you.
But I think we'll cut it here. I don't think there's anything else. But if you have questions for him, I will make him look at YouTube. Feel free to comment below, and both of us will answer you. But other than that, guys, thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for my 8-month on Sunday. And, of course, he'll be doing a 9 or 12-month in the future on the channel. So super excited for that. Stay tuned. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Bye.
Okay, so before you guys say anything, I want to make sure we got some ultra close-ups on this with a really high-grade camera. Nice little iPhone action. I mean, his hair looks amazing. This is 50% density, so yeah, 60, less than 50% actually, or 50%. Yeah, part it. Dude, look, you can't even tell the difference between the transplanted and the normal hair.
Yeah.
It's barely noticeable. Wow. And let's check the back real quick. Just for scarring, a little slower. Do it again, a little slower this time. Yeah, maybe a little bit of pinkness still, but dude, nothing really. Not noticeable at all. You can't tell it ever happened at all.
Yeah, I can't tell at all.
No. That looks great, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
No problem.